What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, Best of the Bay, live here from What the Buck Tailgate. How do we start off the sports web? Three things. You know them, you love them, you got to have them. You know it, Yaj, right? Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense.
Don't bring any nonsense. I'm
guys,
the nonsense.
as we get you ready for Bucs versus the Jaguars here live from What the Buck Tailgate here. We got one of the web heads on here. We'll start out with him. Of course, open phone lines, as always, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Yaj, Welcome to the Evolution. Welcome back, my friend. How you doing?
Doing great. Appreciate you for having me on.
Absolutely. And we got to start out with this. First and foremost, Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. We started out with fans talking to them during the week. If you had a Christmas gift to get your favorite team, which I know is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what would it be?
27-13.
27-13 win. So a win today.
Yes.
You stay in the playoff chase. Of course, the Bucs right now, 3 in a row, trying to get 4 in a row versus Duval. Ray, as we've heard a lot of Jaguar fans here being around, and they're going in the opposite direction with 3 straight losses.
Kind of wonder if they bought those ticket packages before Trevor went down. But I saw someone already in the comments talked about Rachaad White, 100 yards. I'll take the 14-point victory, but I'd like to see Rachaad White with 100 yards receiving. We assume that the running will go along with it. That could go a long way toward the Bucs getting that victory today, no?
I say we give at least Rashad at least 85 yards today.
85 yards.
85.
Well, I believe 4 straight games now, he's had over 84 straight rushing yards, which has been a catalyst for this offense. But let's not make no mistake about it. It's all about quarterbacks with any NFL team, and it starts out with Baker Mayfield, 381 yards passing, a perfect passer rating. First opposing quarterback at Lambeau Field to have a perfect quarterback rating, 3-1, 4 touchdowns. It starts with Baker Mayfield. Do you have confidence with Baker Mayfield here in this game versus the Jaguars?
I do have confidence in Baker. What I'm looking for him today is 278, 2 touchdowns, 1 turnover.
Okay, 1 turnover.
Keep breaking it down. I mean, those sound like good numbers, and I'll take that with this defense.
Right,
I know this is Josh.
If you guys don't remember, this man right here has been a loyal supporter of the evolution of Sports Talk Television. I love the fact that we get a chance to do shots like this because we've talked about this for years, finally getting out here. And you actually got me a ticket to the Kansas City Chiefs game on my birthday a couple years ago. So, man, I appreciate you as always.
And just walking up here, you're walking right by here. We're setting up. I mean, that's what coming over. And thanks to what the Buck Tailgate out here, having a great time locking it down just off Himes Avenue. But, yeah, get a chance to run into some people, some old friends, and enjoy a nice Buccaneer game day.
Now, I got to ask you, Yaj, and once again, phone lines open if you want to get on the phone lines and talk to him or talk to us because we're going to have fans on throughout the day. And then I'm going back to the press box here to eat my daily 3 or 4 plates.
Wait, can I call in?
You can call in if you like to on the post-game show. Yes, absolutely, on the post-game show. Devin White situation, what do you make of that? First, it's non-injury. He's inactive. Now it looks like he's going to play. Todd Bowles comes out and says it's an injury situation. I mean, what do you make of this whole deal? I'll tell you what, I want to go out to the phone lines, but let's hold off on that one, Eric, and then we'll come back to it. Yaj, what do you think?
We have to take it into consideration. Like, look, this is an organization.
Yeah.
It's a business, right? Things happen. So you have to look at it from that aspect of it. Whatever happens on the inside, but once it's produced on the field, it's what we need to. It's what we need to have a better understanding of.
Yes.
It's like, okay, he had an injury. If it was personal, as he stated, let's leave it at that. Let's not read into what it actually is.
Yes, exactly. So, exactly.
What he does today is what we expect.
Right.
And so giving me at least six tackles, I'll be happy with that.
Exactly. And that's what it comes down to, Yaj. And I tell you right now, he's going to have to play a lot better because he's been disappointing, largely been disappointing this year. And I think if you get a big game from him, KJ Britt, you're 3-0 without Devin White.
Love it.
Yeah.
KJ has proven exactly why we brought him onto the team. Yeah. And he's doing exactly what he needs to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not about the money.
It's not about the money. We'll see how it goes out. So 27-13, Tampa Bay over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Can you do me a favor? Can you get all this crowd riled up right now? I say Tampa, you say
Bay!
Tampa!
Bay!
Tampa!
Bay!
Tampa!
Bay!
All right, Yash, appreciate you, boss. All right, thanks a lot for coming on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. We got you right there. Yes, you can hear me right there. Okay, you're good?
Good.
Oh, good, bro. All right, man, I appreciate you. We'll get some more fans on here. Now you can call the phone lines right there. Great.
Let's go ahead. You talked about it at the top. You were going to lead right in. What was that breaking news today? We're talking about some, not breaking so much as, but it's relevant Buccaneer news.
Yeah, I mean, Ian Rappaport had this report this morning from NFL Network that the Bucs and Baker Mayfield have mutual interest to re-sign. And I asked, about a month ago, because there was a report from Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk that he would be absolutely interested in coming back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Harry the Greek, my co-host there, we've talked about this. He believes it'll be more than $30 million. I say 20 to 25, and I'll tell you why. And I definitely want to hear fans what you think about this. But I would think he would come back on a discounted rate because he is so happy here. He is so comfortable. But the reality of the situation is there is absolutely a quarterback market out there. And if Baker Mayfield continues to play the way he has and leads this team not only to a playoff appearance, but also playoffs, but an NFC South appearance, then I definitely think they can talk turkey. And it also comes down to, who are you going to re-sign? Who are you going to leave out in the cold? A lot of people say Mike Evans should be re-signed. I agree with you because he may go down as the greatest Buccaneer offensive player of all time besides James Wilder and Mike Allstott. Sorry about that.
No, you're okay.
And most likely a Hall of Famer, but you're going to have to get him signed, Tristan Wirfs, Antoine Winfield Jr. I'll tell you what, let's go out to Mr. Eric. Eric, welcome to the Evolution live here from What the Buck Tailgate. What's going on, buddy?
He sounds excited.
He is.
Man,
What's up, Eric?
look at this.
What's going on, buddy?
Key to this game,
Okay.
Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin, Sean White. And I'm going to say this today. We was about Devin White. Devin White I'm just looking at this. He looks ready to go.
Okay.
He looks happy.
Okay.
He looks ready to go.
All right. Give me a score prediction. Score prediction, Eric.
After that, after I finish, I'm going to say. After I finish, I was going to say the kid. You know who's going to say first?
Who?
Mike Evans gets franchise tag.
Okay.
Winfield gets resigned.
Okay.
And Baker's probably get resigned too. I was saying if you remember earlier in the comment section earlier in comment about Peter Buck earlier, I said between 15 to 20.
15 to 20. Okay.
If he gets, I'm not paying him what happened to Danny Jones and Geno Smith.
Yeah.
I'm not and Derek Carr money.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
So you're not going to pay him a lot of money, but the quarterback market is out there. I mean, that's the.
Wait, you're talking about Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, Baker Mayfield.
No. Let me, Eric. First of all, the only reason why the Buccaneers franchise tag Mike Evans is because it's a 1-year deal, right? If Jason Light determines that cat deserves the respect he deserves, he franchises him for 1 more year. Otherwise, Mike Evans has to find a deal to stay here, and it's going to mean he doesn't get paid among the top 5 receivers in the league over the length of a contract. Same with Baker Mayfield. He hasn't even started to get those commercials going again. Get in over here, Scott. Get in over here. Let me get this guy on here. Scott,
All
hold on.
right, let's go. Eric, thanks a lot for the call. We appreciate it.
Definitely, brother. Put them right on here.
Absolutely. What's
Get in
going
here.
on? Scott Bradford of Bucs Life. Thanks a lot for giving us this opportunity, my friend. We've known each other for some years now. Bucs versus Jaguars. What do you say, bro?
We got to keep Trevor Lawrence inside the pocket. Outside containment is huge.
Right.
Yes.
Huge. Okay.
Yes.
And establish the run, of course.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes.
So what do you think about the report? Because we kind of started off the show with that, Ian Rappaport. And it kind of reminds me of 2019 when the same type of report later on in the season with Jameis Winston possibly re-signing. This time it seems like it could be mutual with the Bucs and, of course, Baker Mayfield. Does it come down to price? Does it come down to what the Bucs do here if they make the playoffs and win the NFC South? Are you in favor of having Baker Mayfield get re-signed by the Bucs, or does it come down to the last 3 games in your opinion?
Yes, I am in favor of him resigning, just because he can make a great backup if he's not the starter.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Let's face it. If a quarterback falls to them, like Michael Penix or somebody, they're not going to pass on it.
Right.
Okay. And Jameis, remember, he shit the bed the last 2 games.
So
If he's going to edit that out, no, it's okay.
there you go. I got you.
You do have sound effects.
You got to throw your mic over there for him, and I'm going to talk.
Well, it's pretty much this the way to describe it. He essed the bed.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
no,
he did.
right.
Yes, he did. And I tell you right now, a lot of people are not necessarily the biggest Baker Mayfield fans when he was coming in.
No.
A lot of people said decision-making. But overall, what do you think of Mayfield and his performance this year for the 2023 Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Surprisingly good. And like I said, if he comes back here, it'd be great depth because then you have him, and then you bring and if a quarterback falls to us, then you get someone to compete with him.
And the irony is that post Tom Brady, who's going to come fill the vacuum? Well, it turns out just the guy who brings his lunchbox to work every freaking day. And that's what Baker's done. Brought that lunchbox to work every day. And turns out that work ethic was able to overshadow the fact that the greatest of all time just exited stage left. And we got Baker Mayfield. He is a true dog, but he's going to have to find a team-friendly number, right? Jason Light's not going to pay him $40 million. We're not going to give him a $200 million.
Well, listen,
There's
Jason
gonna have to be
Light,
something.
Mike Greenberg, all those parties over there do a tremendous job. And you look at it, the Bucs are going to be in a better cap situation because they were paying off the Tom Brady debt there, $75, $80 million in dead money. So you're going to be in a better situation. And I have faith in Jason Light. I have faith in Mike Greenberg and Miss Davidson over there and how they work and how they work Bucs contracts. So we'll see how it all plays out. How does it play out today for you, Mr. Scott Bradford, with Bucs versus the Jaguars? Who's the player of the game and what's your score?
23-17 Bucs,
Okay.
but they have to establish the run and keep Trevor Lawrence inside the pocket.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You know, when he rolls out and he breaks away, that's the worst thing that could happen.
Okay.
One last question for Scott. Devin White, it behooves him not to come back and try to finish the season strong, no matter where he plays next year. Is he going to be a detriment to this team, or do you
guys,
think the depth of a Devin White,
we're live
maybe if
here.
he gets his horses in a row, could be a good thing for the Buccaneers, or is it more of a hindrance?
I think they should keep him on the bench because it says
Go Bucs!
sends a message to the team
Yes.
that we're not going to put up with this stuff,
Yeah.
and you keep him on the bench, and other players see that, and they're sticking by it. That's the best thing you could do.
Best move Coach Bowles has made so far as head coach is to sit one of his dogs and be like, no, you're going to play like a team.
Well,
Yes,
that's what it comes down
absolutely.
to. Accountability for me is they and I thought it was accountability, but then again, now it's injury. So we'll see how it works out. But at the end of the day, Devin White's definitely got to play better. This defense has to play better because they got a big challenge in front of them. Trevor Lawrence can pick you apart. If you're giving up lots of yards, that's one thing. But if you're giving up those explosive plays where they lead to touchdowns, that's another. That's what the defense has a challenge today.
Absolutely. And I got to say one thing: these two right here, they're the greatest podcast you guys will ever watch.
Brother.
They know
Well,
they know
thank
a,
you.
they know a buttload about sports.
We don't
stay
call
on
it a
him.
podcast. We call it the evolution of sports.
Stay on him, though.
Is it a TV show? Is it a radio show? It's both. We take your phone calls here. Scott Bradford, thanks a lot for having us out here at What's the Buck.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Love having you guys here.
All
Thank
right,
you,
we'll
brother.
come back. We'll definitely have to come back and have some food in
Watch
there.
out,
man.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, those we spare no expense on these headphones
Oh, yeah,
here.
man. They're very.
Oh,
very
definitely,
expensive.
yes.
We got. Thanks, man. I
Thank you,
appreciate
brother.
you. Love you.
Thank you, Scott.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Get some more
definitely.
fans back here. This is the evolution of Sports Talk Television live here on Facebook and YouTube.
What a great day.
It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about. Let's go back out to these comments here. I feel like, we haven't done that. We've never done this
It's
before.
been a minute, right? But
and
there's
we
so many
should've did
honeys
this.
out here too, right? Poor Pete's, Pete's
there's-
trying to produce. We got cars driving by. Hey,
Yes,
the big pirate
yes, we
ship.
got-
Hey,
yeah,
everybody.
look at this. Yes, look at that. Pirate ship. Go Bucs. Yes, I wish we had a cameraman that could that film this.
Oh,
Jimmy Fisher.
Jimmy, come on in
Jimmy
here, my
Fisher,
friend.
Come on in.
Yeah, put these on right here,
Put this on right there.
and then I'll take that White Claw. I'm kidding. He's like, don't touch my White Claw.
All right, Jimmy, welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television atmosphere right now. Amazing, of course. Merry Christmas Eve, Christmas tomorrow. What do you want for Christmas? Of course, is it for the Bucs? Is it for the Rays? Is it for the Lightning? What would you want for your favorite team?
Undoubtedly a Bucs W.
Bucs W, okay.
This week, next week, clinch.
Okay. All right, so how much confidence do you have in this team to do that today versus a tough matchup in the Jacksonville Jaguars?
This week, I'm going to go with a 6. Next week, though, I think it's an 8.
An 8, because the Saints are coming to town.
Yes.
They ain't Santa Claus.
No.
They bring lots of coal in their stocking for the Bucs stocking. All right, so with that being said, the report was today from Ian Rappaport that the Bucs and also Mayfield would be interested in re-signing. What do you say about Baker Mayfield? Does it come down to right now you're ready to re-sign him, or are you waiting to see here if he can not only win the NFC South but also get you to the playoffs?
Me personally, I'm not a week. I don't judge things off week to week. If you remember, Baker struggled against Atlanta. Obviously, played his best game against the Packers.
Okay.
He's had a good season, but I'm not throwing $30 million a year. I got to see what happens the next 3 games, and then let's not have a repeat of last year's wild card game, right?
Right.
That we don't want that.
Definitely
So
don't want that,
I like
yes.
the guy. I feel like he puts it all, and he's not a money dude, but I'm not throwing $30 million a
What
year.
about Todd Bowles? A lot of the fan base here, not the biggest Todd Bowles fans. Have you warmed to him after having a 3-game winning streak?
I can't believe I'm saying this. Yes, I have.
Yes, you have.
I mean, they have how much in dead cap?
Yes.
I mean, he's strapped.
Yes.
So I feel like Jason's awesome. He's going to take that into account. So unless they, knock on wood, totally go 0-3 these last 3 games, Bowles is safe, I feel like.
They had to lose a locker room. My thoughts going into this season was unless he Mike Smiths this locker room and loses it. But all I see, and it's not just after the victories. Of course, they're quiet after the losses.
Yeah.
But even with the Devin White situation, this locker room is all bought in on Coach Bowles. Why would you get rid of the best defensive coordinator in the NFC South while the other 3 teams are going to go through rebuilds? We could actually have the division handed to us for the next 3 years. All we got to do is stay consistent. And boy, is that offense starting to find its wheels at the right time. If this is the Baker Mayfield we're going to see, because it took Tom Brady and the crew back in 2020 12 weeks to get the offense. If this offense is what we're going to start seeing with this defense, then that checkbook will open a little wider for Baker after the season. But I'm like you, week by week. Let's take it week to week.
All right, give me a score prediction here, Jimmy. And once again, thanks a lot for joining us here on the Evolution. Score prediction, Bucs versus the Jaguars. Ray J right in there.
All
Food
right.
smells good. Everything is
Key
good.
to the game.
Yes.
The Bucs offensive line has to keep improving like they are. Rashad White balling 21-20 Bucs.
All
Let's
right,
go.
21-20. Let's go, Bucs. Tampa.
I'll take it.
Bay!
Tampa.
Bay!
Tampa.
Bay!
All right, there you go, man. Thanks a lot for coming on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Open phone lines if you want to talk about your
Love it.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then we will get out of here. Live here from What the Buck. Cars are driving by. Bucs fans all around here. You got Jacksonville Jaguar fans all
There's
around.
some Jaguar fans, you know.
Duval. I tell you what, let's go back out to these comments. Read these comments.
We got a Jacksonville fan right here. Come on in here.
There you go.
Come
Let's
on
go.
in for a second.
Let's get.
Come on, we'll be nice. Come on in, Jacksonville. We got come here.
Jacksonville. Come on.
So we're Bucks, but we got 3 teams. We got the Jaguars, we got the Dolphins, and we got the Bucks now in the
All
state.
right, put 'em-
Suddenly,
put 'em
Florida's got heads up a little bit short.
Yeah, a little bit short there. So let's go ahead and. Well,
There you go. So, what are your keys today? That's a call coming in. The keys. Your keys moving a little bit. And what's the keys to today's game for your Jacksonville Jaguars over here at Raymond James?
Consistency. I need Trevor to be consistent. I need to get Indian out of the put him in it, put it out of the gaps. I need to put him on the outside. Maybe run a couple short plays, short throws to kill the Bucs.
Did you play some ball yourself? I just realized
Yeah.
he got him real close to me here. He's a pretty big guy.
What'd you play ball at?
Oh yeah. Hillsborough High School. Go Big Red.
Okay,
Hillsborough,
all
there
right.
you go,
So
all
he's
right.
a local guy
Big
here,
Red,
Jaguar
Tampa.
fan.
That's right.
How do you become a Jaguar fan, by
I
the
was
way?
in the military and I used to live
Okay.
up there in
Which
Jacksonville.
branch, by the way?
Day one, Old Navy. Old
Okay,
Navy.
okay.
Get that
All
forward
right.
now.
Got that gravy.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Got that
Old
gravy.
Navy. Yes,
So-
sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, much has been made about Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Much has also been made about Trevor Lawrence. Do you have confidence as a Jacksonville Jaguar fan in this franchise quarterback? Is he a franchise quarterback in your opinion, or has he played too inconsistent lately for you to say
You
that?
know what? That's a good question.
Thank
I think the fact that with the injuries that he's sustained, I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah.
I want him to be protected. We got to work on our line.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think we can pull it off today if he becomes the quarterback that they got him to be.
Yeah.
I think short throws will help him out a lot. Tampa Bay's secondary sucks, so I think we'll be all right.
It's not good. Very questionable.
There's some holes there.
We'll,
Oh, yeah.
we'll check
yeah.
on the status of
Oh, yeah.
Antoine Winfield Jr., who's been by far the best
Oh,
safety.
oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I
And
think
the safety in the league. Hopefully he plays in this game. Questionable. We'll check on that. But yes,
Right.
this secondary has been very questionable. What
Oh, yeah.
else? Calvin Ridley there.
really
Yeah.
we got
ATN.
we got to get him involved early.
Okay.
We got to get really involved early.
Tell you what, when Ridley gets involved,
Oh,
that's when
my
trouble
goodness.
starts happening.
Oh my good! If we can get outside those secondary, oh my God, we got them.
All right.
We
You're
got
on the
'em.
Evolution of
Speed,
Sports Talk
baby.
Television. Speed.
Speed.
Can't teach
Speed kills.
What's the biggest weakness for the Jacksonville Jaguars that bothers you about this Bucs offense today?
Our offensive line being able to protect,
Okay.
my boy,
All
being
right.
able to protect him. I think that's where we, that's where he allows the bad throws. He tries to throw with force.
Okay.
And I think the way Tampa Bay plays, I think he'll be able to expose the secondary because the way he plays and the way he's throwing. He's mobile. He's
And
mobile enough.
I'll tell you this. I apologize, but this guy's been a pro since he was a freshman at Clemson.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, we know the kid's got game. If this is what he's going through now is his sophomore slump, I say sophomore because we're
I
not
like
counting that first year,
I like that.
then the upside's really big on him. You talked about consistency because we know Doug Peterson knows how to coach a team,
Yeah.
and we know that Trevor Lawrence is going through some of those growing pains. I'm just hoping he still has a few of those pains here at Raymond James versus our Buccaneers today.
All right. We always say Tampa Bay here, but I know you guys say something. What do you guys say for Jacksonville Jaguars?
Dude. move on.
All right, man. We
There you
appreciate you. Come on, the evolution of Sports Talk Television.
Gotcha.
We'll see you soon. Definitely like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. And friend me, I don't care if you're a Jaguar fan,
Gotcha.
Peter H. Blake, all right?
And Peter.
Peter. There you go. That works, my friend.
And Ray.
Then Ray. There you go.
Peter Ray.
I got you. Yes, Brunel.
Is
Yes.
that Mark Brunel? Yes, sir. Oh, he's been a fan that long.
Yes. Wow. That's
Hillsborough High.
That's a diehard
Peter,
right
thanks for
there.
coming on, my friend.
Love
Have a great
ya.
day.
Enjoy the Corona here. Open phone lines.
Where else
I
are you
know
going to get that?
I
You know,
I'm
I happen
telling
to know there's a pregame show
Yes.
going on inside that stadium, but they ain't got no Jaguar fans going on
They
in
know
there.
we got
They got
Jaguar
no
fans,
feet on the
and
ground
they
up
got
in there.
all kinds of Bucs fans that
Barbecue.
are walking around. They're not
Tampa!
afraid. Tampa!
Nobody says it. Oh, a Jaguar. Okay.
See, there you go.
They're hiding them a
There you
little. He's
go.
a little sus.
All right, let's go out. Alex, I know you tried to call in. Absolutely try to call in again if you want to, guys. We'll try to take your phone calls. And once again, well,
Come over here.
Hold on a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. Is this who I think it is? Is this Mr. Victory Monday?
Monday, baby.
Oh man, I'm going to tell you something. I met you a little while ago, but I got to tell you something, man. I love what you do every Monday, especially when the Bucs win. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about this team right now?
Man, listen, it's we always gonna have a bias. Being from the city of Tampa, we love our team. I like what I'm seeing, man. We on a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah.
And I hope we continue to 4. I think we got a good shot at these Jaguars today. And I'm just loving the atmosphere. I love the energy that Baker Mayfield has brought as a leader, as a captain. You know what I mean? And I'm loving it, bro.
Yeah, well, we'll try to spread out here because Tampa Bay Rays doing some.
Oh, okay.
There we go, right there. So Franco, right? Franco, okay.
Franco.
There, you know him, top fan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, does the Victory Monday celebrations live here from What the Buck. Big time report came out today. Baker Mayfield may be re-signed, so you're okay with Baker Mayfield being re-signed?
I'm okay with Baker Mayfield being re-signed, man. I think everybody got a little spoiled. You had the greatest quarterback of all time in Tampa for 3 years, man. So, of course, we got a little spoiled, man. But having Baker Mayfield here, the experienced quarterback, knows the game, loves the game, you can't ask for nothing more.
Yeah, I tell you right now. All right, so what do you make of the Devin White situation? Lots of controversy. Hasn't necessarily performed up to snuff. What do you make of the White situation?
See, this is my thing on that. With Devin White, my thing is this, man. When your performance doesn't meet what you're requesting, you know what I mean? They say the math ain't mathing. That's what we say. The math ain't mathing.
No, it ain't mathing.
And listen, man, you do all the work on the field, you put your head down. And not to get into it, but I tell people all the time, one of the greatest things I love about our original Super Bowl team, those boys stayed together, but they did the work. This is before all this contract business came into play. The greats, Rondé, Derek, Simeon, Warren Sapp, they did the work, man. It wasn't about a contract. Them boys just wanted to win.
That's it.
And that's what it comes down to. You perform on the field, you're going to get the money.
All right, give me a score prediction here. Give me a key to the game, and give me a player of the game here, Franco.
Player of the game going to be Mike Evans, man.
Okay.
That's my dude, number 13. Mike Evans going to be the player of the game. I say 27-17, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, baby.
I like it, man. I want you to give everybody out there, the webheads of the Sports Web Live here from What the Buck, a little Victory Monday.
I don't supposed to do this, man, because we don't do Victory Run before, but I'm going to give y'all a little taste. Ain't no Monday like Victory Monday. But we done got another one. Yeah, Lord. Yeah, it is, baby.
I love it, man. Love it right there. Great stuff there. Let me go ahead and get those headphones. I appreciate you, my friend. Always welcome here on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. I love those Bucs fans here. Open phone lines.
Having a good time.
Having a good time. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Best of the Bay himself, Mr. Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy. Open phone lines. We'll read the comments unless there's other fans that come up here. Eric says, let's go Bucs. Let's go Bucs. Absolutely, who's in and out. We will check that. Battle of middle-class Florida cities. I don't know who that is.
Middle class Florida
It's
City.
always one person.
That's
It's
someone
always-
from Duval. I
Right,
know
yeah.
it is. No, either that or
First, Merry Christmas Eve to all, says Roger Shue.
There you go,
as
Roger.
We will acknowledge him.
Acknowledge me.
And somebody said, go Bucs, go Bucs.
How about them Bucks,
There
baby?
we go, right there. Let's go out to Full Bear. What's good, gents? Absolutely. Doing good, says Eric. Let's see here. White, 100 yards
that's
today,
the one I saw.
receiving.
Yeah, but he said 85. But anything north of 85.
Well, rushing, but I tell you right now, what has been overlooked about this Tampa Bay Buccaneer team, and once again, it's been a big-time component, is the fact that they're getting involved in the passing game.
Yes.
And when you find space, and you found that last week
Yes.
against the Green Bay Packers, a big-time play there by Mr. White.
Well, and the thing is, put it on tape.
Yeah.
Make the defense play you straight up. Now, today, wouldn't surprise me if they come straight out and you're jamming it right up the 1 and a 2 hole, because they're already expecting Devin Tompkins on a flare out or a receiver screen. Pound them inside. When they come inside, then you bring it outside. Go where they ain't.
Yeah, go
Seems
where
that's
they ain't.
what
I
the
like
Bucs
it.
recipe for success was
I like
last
it,
week.
and also the recipe for success last week was the emergence of Mr. Chris Godwin, especially in that slot. Keep Godwin in the slot. If they're going to double on Mike Evans, they're going to bracket coverage towards him. Go to Godwin. He's got some plays in him still.
Did you love the way, his wife, the wife
Yes.
says one thing, no, but
Yes.
they're trying to make it a
It's
deal.
a blessing in disguise.
It is
my
a blessing.
friend. And
That's-
anybody who said that was not a good thing by his wife to do, it may have been a distraction.
Pointing out the obvious.
I love it.
Put him back in the slot.
I
I mean,
love
this
it.
dog can run.
All right, so let's go back out to the comments. Go Bucs. What do we got here?
Go
All right,
Bucs.
let's
Come
go
on in
ahead.
here.
More Buccaneer fans here. Come on in. Don't be scared. I know who you are, but you're going to have to introduce yourself.
Come on up, brother.
in here. Come on here in the evolution of Sports Talk Television live from What the Buck. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Best of the Bay, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy. Tell them out there, the webheads, who you are.
What's up, baby? It's Bucs Addict, Chris Elmore out here, What the Buck Tailgate, representing, getting live, ready to go, getting this playoff run, baby. Let's
Playoffs.
go.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so with that being said, the big-time story, because we've started out all day long here, Baker Mayfield. Let me ask you first. Were you a Baker Mayfield fan when he got signed, and have you changed, or have you been a Baker Mayfield ever since he got signed?
So, Baker Mayfield fan, no. I was not a Baker Mayfield fan. With that being said, coming into it, knowing our quarterback situation, I actually did recommend that we get a Baker Mayfield for the price that we can with the talent that's there.
Yeah.
I figured he was the best option, having been a number 1 draft pick and then kind of rumbled down through the ranks and kind of been humbled a little bit. Now you get a guy who had that chip on his shoulder, had the ability and the skill, just didn't pan out. Now you give him that second chance. We all love a good underdog story and somebody who's trying to fight back. So that's where I see it.
Well, absolutely. He's nearly matched Tom Brady's numbers last year, 24 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. The report came out this morning from Ian Rappaport that the Bucs may be interested in re-signing him. Do you re-sign him in the offseason? Has he done enough for you at this point, or do you wait and see what happens with him?
Well, this is the deal. We went, 14 years without playoffs before we got Tom Brady. It's yeah, exactly. Playoffs, right? And we could potentially get there again this season. To put Baker Mayfield and Tom Brady side by side, I don't really care what Tom Brady's stats were for whatever season. It's a tough comparison, right?
Gotcha.
Just even if you just put stats alone, right? The personality and the aura that a Tom Brady brings, you can't match with a Baker Mayfield. So we can't talk that. But what I can say is the man has rallied back. We went 3-1, then lost 6 out of 7. Now we've won the last 3.
Yeah.
So we put ourselves in contention to win a division, to maybe get past the first week of playoffs, right? So just to get there isn't enough. It's cool. It's better to have the extra game, but you want to be competitive. This is a competitive game. We as fans want to see a competitive product on the field. So I think that just limping there isn't enough. We need to play like we played last week, show out, and do something with this berth we may be given.
All right, absolutely. Now, with that
Well, let
being
me finish this because last year, don't forget, we get there. We limped to the playoffs, but all season the offensive struggles, Tom Brady, the offensive line, the Dallas Cowboys, we're hitting it all cylinders this year. At least we're trending in the right direction.
The last 3 games.
The last, which as Bucs fans is all we can ask for, right?
Yeah, no,
Just get
and
us
I'm
going.
in there. Hey, listen, I'm good. The last 3 games, we're trending great. And Jacksonville, 8-3 start, lost the last 3 games. So what do we have to do? We have to continue our pattern and make them continue theirs.
Brother,
because
yes.
if it switches, we're out of luck.
All right, now you
Got
almost
you,
did
my.
it.
You almost
I got
dropped it.
you.
It's okay.
There you go, right
Got
there.
it.
All right, really quick, come back in here. Give me a score prediction, player of the game, and key of the game to win this game versus the Jacksonville Jaguars and keep this winning streak going at 4 in a row.
So I'm going to say player of the game just because he's been hot and because we're going to win this on defense over offense. I'm going to go with Winfield. Just Winfield to me is my favorite player on that defense. I love Vita Vea. I love what we have, and I love KJ Britt standing up and doing all these things. I'm going to go with Winfield on the defense. I'm going to say the game maybe a 24-17. I think it'll be close. I think we'll have to outscore, get a field goal in there, and just hold strong on defense.
All right, man. Thanks
Yes.
a lot for coming on the Evolution of Sports
Brother,
Talk
thank
Television.
you. Anytime,
Yeah, don't be a stranger.
anytime.
We'll take that right there. Enjoy
Hey,
the
brother,
tailgate.
thank you. And
We'll
I'll tell
see
you what,
soon. I love
get
it.
that
Yes.
Elijah Kansas, get that pressure up front. Let Winfield eat. Let Winfield feed off of that because you know that Trevor's going to put that ball up.
Yeah.
And all it's going to take is that pressure on the front side because I always say a great front end makes up for a weak back end.
That's true. Let's get Cheryl Stewart on here from What the Buck. They've been doing this for years.
Yes.
And I can't believe this is my first time being at one of these
One
things.
time, first time.
But I got to definitely come back here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web.
So you can hear us.
Yes. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
All right. Just go ahead right there. You see the camera right there. You're on the Evolution, the Sports Web. Miss Cheryl Stewart here of What the Buck. You do a great job with your tailgate. Tell everybody out there if they don't know how many years you've been doing this.
This is the 18th season.
Okay.
So we are a couple of games away from completing our 18th season.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's because we're going to go well into January.
Oh,
yes.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. That's the key right there. So the big time report today, Cheryl, was that the Bucs would be interested in re-signing a Baker Mayfield. Mayfield would also be interested. Are you there yet? Do you want the Bucs to re-sign Baker, or are you letting it play out here for the next 3 games to see what happens to re-sign him?
I'm going to let it play out.
Okay.
I'm going to let it play out. I like Baker. I don't think he's been the root of all of our problems by any means.
Right.
I would probably pay Baker Mayfield $1 million a year per inch in height.
I see what you did there.
So if he would, I would do a contract based on him seeing over his offensive line.
Okay. And I want to let everybody out there, how much money have you raised with What the Buck over the years? I mean, go ahead and put it out there.
I think like 400,000.
Wow. 400,000.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Let me go ahead and fire the air horn right there. Awesome stuff. So $400,000 throughout the years. Yes.
Brady was good for Tampa Bay.
Yes.
Brady was good for
Well,
Tampa
and
Bay.
I call it the power of the long game because not only are fans out here having a great time, and that's what you're up front first and foremost facilitating, but then raising the monies for areas in our communities or charities that need it, especially at this time of the year toward the holidays, which is one of the reasons why this is just the most fantastic thing you do out here, and we thank you.
Yeah, and we tried to. We wanted it to stay local. We have some requirements. We do like doing ones that are affiliated with our players, but not just. We need them to have a small payroll. We want them to be. We want the few pennies that we can raise to be impactful. So we try to keep it local. We try to do some things near and dear. We're not just blindly doing charity work out here.
Love it.
And
All
we're
right.
not for show.
Give me
No Bucks too.
Yeah, give me a score prediction today. What's the key to the game? Who is the key player for this game for you?
So I'm going to think it's Levante David.
Okay.
I was in Green Bay last week, and I'm going to tell you, I thought Levante held a tackling clinic last week.
Best linebacker on this team still.
I just saw the difference, and I know, and I was sitting there the time in Green Bay last week, and I'm going to tell you, I never felt like we were pitching a no-hitter. At no time did I think that we were in the middle of a perfect game for Baker. I was very happy with them. The thing that got to me the most was you could feel Levante being back. We weren't doing any of that crazy Savvy Piscatelli missing fire tackling. He was sewing it up. He was holding on. And I think I personally, I saw Vita pulling some doubles, and I saw him trying to, get some, he was in everybody's chasing him. Levante David was different.
And that's on the heels of sitting Devin White out or Devin White being out. So you're talking about what could have became a huge liability with Levante ends up becoming probably their biggest asset there last week in Green Bay.
Yeah, so I saw him pick up. It certainly didn't feel like a first game back after something. He never, to me, he was like in full rhythm. And 52 did a great job.
Yeah.
But I still believe, hats off to the offensive line. Hats off to them giving, Dave Baker the room and the time all that he needed. But I really honestly felt that Levante was the difference.
Good stuff. Score prediction. Yeah.
31-13 Bucs.
Oh,
31-13.
like
I
it.
love it. Thank you very
18.
much, Cheryl Stewart of
Thank
What
you,
the Buck.
Cheryl.
You do a great thing. We'll definitely come back here. Thanks a lot for joining me here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. And as always, go Bucs.
Go Bucs.
All right, good
Thank you.
stuff there. Cheryl Stewart
you.
of What the Buck here.
I'll tell you
live
what.
on the
I wanted to
Evolution.
know something.
Yes.
The C on Devin's jersey.
Mm-hmm.
You start the season. Once you bring this guy on in here. I got
Yeah, we got more.
Get up in here.
Come on.
Could that C get transferred over to Levante's jersey at some point, or would that be something that you would think that I'm just, for
we'll
the sake of conversation?
Yes. All right. Welcome to the Evolution of
How are
Sports
you,
Talk
brother?
Television here.
Fantastic. I'm fantastic.
Live. All right. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the webheads out there if they don't know who you are.
I mean, if you don't know,
Then you better.
I'm just
then you better
kidding.
call
I'm just
somebody.
kidding. I'm
Yes.
just kidding. So, no, my name's Matt. I go by Bucknuts. I've been doing this thing for almost 20 years now. So,
All right. So the big time report today, I've started out with this kind of, read the room out a little bit here with Bucs fans and Baker Mayfield. Ian Rappaport has said the Bucs are interested in re-signing a Baker Mayfield. Are you interested, or do you have to wait to see how it plays out?
well, so I mean that goes to the draft order. To be honest with you, I mean
Okay.
now that we're winning and we're playing well,
So
and
I'll give you this. Let's say they went out, they go 10-7, which, by the way, if you tuned into this show, yours truly, along
He
with
said 10-7.
Harry the Greek said
Yes.
10-7. If they go 10-7, you basically are most likely in the 18 to 20 range, even further than that, depending on what you do in the first round. I don't know what the hell that
It's
is.
snowing in Tampa
It's
Bay.
snowing in Tampa Bay.
our tailgate's next level. Sorry.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so if they do that, they went out and let's say they upset somebody in the first round. Now, are you re-signing a Baker Mayfield, or are you still hoping that a quarterback drops that low? Because I don't even think you're going to be in that area to get one of these top quarterbacks.
Right, which is where I was going, is the fact that where we are and potentially could end up,
Yeah.
I would 100%, re-sign Baker. I think that his numbers speak for themselves. I think that if they address, some of the issues that we're having right now, my main concern is Mike. Man, bring Mike back. Quit playing games. I get it. It's a segue, but listen, bring Mike back, man. Like this is a dumb conversation.
I'll pause one for you because I've been on this train since. Let's say Baker gets done with this season. His head's a little too big, and maybe his numbers make it really hard to bring a Mike Evans back. Would you consider bringing in a Kyle Trask a year in this offense? If Baker's numbers are too much, is the jury still out on that guy? I mean, I saw some things I liked in this kid, or is it just me, Bucknuts?
No, I mean, I'm not a big college guy, but I do know that his college numbers spoke volumes. He comes here. I don't understand why they haven't given him more of a shot. I mean, I get it. You have, Baker here and you had Tom and whatnot. But I mean, now that if we're in that position, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Well, my point is that it seems like Jason Light's got a stacked deck. I love Baker, especially the Baker I saw learning this offense and playing last week in Green Bay. But at the end of the day, we've also got a fifth-year guy who probably come in cheap too, or will we get in a draft. So from a GM standpoint, Jason Light just keeps doing Jason Light stuff, and that
I
is
feel
running
like
his
I'm
team.
seeing snow for the first time. It's just amazing to me. I've never seen snow before.
You're gonna do a snow angel.
I'm not doing a snow angel. No.
We take tailgating up a notch or two every once in a while.
Love it. All right, what do you make of the Devin White situation? Because that's been controversy between Bucs fan base here. Some people say, keep him no matter what. His play this year has fallen off, and now you have the injury concern or whatever it is. What do you make of this whole situation?
So I absolutely wanted him in the draft until I met him in person. He is full of himself. He is 100% a jerk. And I could care less if he takes another snap for this organization. I know that's a little abrupt. Maybe. I don't know what everyone's thoughts are. But I have met him multiple times, and every time he looked down on me and I'm not anybody. I'm just saying when a fan approaches you and that's your reaction, that speaks volumes to me, especially because that was his rookie year and you haven't made anything for yourself. Yes, he's played well, but he has also played, not.
I don't think he's played well at all. I think he's been disappointing ever since the 2020 postseason.
Yeah.
He's regressed. He hasn't played up to that level, and I think a guy who wants $18 to $20 million. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's go out to the phone lines. Harry the Greek, let me go ahead and get your intro on. Here we go. Professional handicapper extraordinaire. I'm doing it all here live from What the Buck on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. How you doing, boss?
Hey, man. Thanks much for having me on. What a shot you guys have over there. It looks like you guys are having a great time. Ray, especially you. It reminds me of something from Miami Vice, like Crockett and Tubbs.
Oh, God. You know, you and Crockett and
wait.
Tubbs.
That's because he's Wait. You guys, that was a good shot you guys had yesterday.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you very
But
much.
no,
Oh, my God. It's like all you're missing is Peter, Harry, and Ray.
Well, I mean, listen, you're always welcome to come out here. Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire. Of course, we got Buck Nuts on it right now.
to finish his thought, you're talking about Devin White. Did not know that about Devin because you're describing Warren Sapp because Warren Sapp was the same way. Warren Sapp, you get in an elevator with him, and I'd be like, "Can I shine your shoes?" And he'd go, "Get the hell out of my way."
Yeah.
But Warren Sapp was a Hall of Fame player.
Correct.
Never, ever, ever questions his integrity in the locker room.
Right.
So
And
Devin White's
that's my main thing is if I'm questioning you personally, I can only imagine what you're doing. Now, here's the thing: like with Warren is absolutely my favorite player. I've met him multiple times. I've seen the good sides and I've seen the bad times. I'm not trying to be his best friend. You're producing on the field. You have signified that position as a Hall of Famer. I don't care what you do to me on the outside because I'm not trying to be your friend.
That's what she said.
I've seen both sides. That's a great comment.
Well, you're right, though, because Warren
Sapp's
Sapp's my
both
favorite.
sides of Warren Sapp. Great comment by what's his name, by the way, Peter?
Buck Nuts. Yes.
Yeah, I go by Buck Nuts. Sorry.
You've seen this cat.
That's a great
He's on his
comment.
phone, yes.
I'm glad you've seen it. I have a question for Buck Nuts.
Okay.
Okay, you're saying you want to go ahead and sign Mike Evans. I totally agree with you. But what in the world are they going to pay Baker Mayfield that you don't think, and I'm going to ask you a straight up question. Now, understand this. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to have to vie with 7 other teams in the National Football League for his services next year. Whether or not they win a playoff game or not, he is going to be a candidate for 7 other teams. So what do you think it's going to cost the Buccaneers to be able to retain one Baker Mayfield?
Great question.
I think it's going to come down to, and I mean, I hate being like this because I'm a homer, but I feel like it's going to be where this team is headed, what he's getting out from this team. I mean, they gave him a shot when, not a lot of teams did, and he fits very well here. He's got everything he needs right here. The defense
Great
plays
point.
well.
Give me a dollar amount. Give me a dollar amount.
Yeah, I mean, I really do think I don't think he's going to take like a huge shot and want that. I think he stays.
All right, so 25 million. I say 25 million.
No, hold on. I want to know what Buck Nuts has to think. I want a dollar amount that he thinks that it's going to be able to keep Baker Mayfield in Tampa.
Dollar amount a year. 20, 25, 30, how much?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean 30 is a generous Tom Brady number.
25 with a good signing bonus.
Yeah,
Spread it out.
And incentives.
Yeah,
incentives.
You're going to have to spread that out, though.
So Danny Jones gets $50 million a year, and you think a guy that has the potential of possibly winning one playoff game with Tampa?
I just think the Giants are dumb. That's all. I don't think that it has anything to do with. I mean, there's plenty of quarterbacks that have gotten a crazy contract and they don't pan out. That the league has to understand that you can't fall to that ransom, and I don't think that we will. And I think that Baker knows that we won't. So at that point, he's going to have to stay realistic.
Good call.
You know what? That's a great comment that you just made, and my hat is off to you. And that's about the first comment that I have heard on this show when I'm either doing it with Peter that has actually made sense. I do not believe the Buccaneers are stupid. So for you saying that, I'm going to go ahead and give you a prediction. Tampa doesn't re-sign him because Baker's going to go for the biggest dollars. But you are absolutely correct. It's going to cost too much money, and Tampa will not be held hostage.
And I'm going to make a prediction, Harry the Greek. They will re-sign Baker Mayfield on the premise that they finish out this season, make the playoffs, win the NFC South. Playoffs. They will re-sign him.
I don't like the P word until it's the P word.
Because you know why? He won't.
She also said that.
Well, listen, shut up. Listen here. Okay, so they will sign him to a contract. He won't want the most money because he's the most comfortable here, and he will understand about
Oh my
the
God!
Bucs,
Are you
the
hearing
Bucs
yourself?
being loyal to him, and he'll be comfortable with Todd Bowles.
He's got a
and Dave
daughter on the
Canales.
way. He just
So,
found out he's having a baby. You got to like it here to be here.
Jason Light,
You gotta
always
like
have,
it here to be
always
here.
have faith in Jason Light and Mike Greenberg. Bucknuts, thanks a lot for coming
Thank
on the
you, brother.
Evolution.
Absolutely, man. Anytime.
This show got a lot smarter when you came on, brother.
Really quick,
Thank you.
score prediction and
Buck nuts. I
Oh,
love that guy.
today. I'm going 28-17 Bucs.
all right. Thanks a lot. Go Bucks. There you go. Tampa.
Hey!
Tampa.
Thank you, brother.
All right. There you go.
Bears,
All right.
Bucks.
You shut up, Harry. All right.
Hey,
all
what'd you
right.
say, Crockett? What'd you say, Crockett?
We got
Hey,
Santa
hey,
Claus
hold
here.
on.
Hold on a sec. We got
Hey,
Santa.
oh, oh,
Oh,
oh.
geez. We got Santa Claus coming. Harry, I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and let you go here. Thanks a lot for the call. We'll see you on
Oh,
the
yeah.
post game, all right?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, just let the greed go. That's okay. I'm insignificant as usual.
Bye,
Bye,
Tubbs.
Crockett and Tubbs. Have a great day.
Yeah, no, my Wi-Fi is starting to use up here, so I want to make sure that we have enough Wi-Fi. But call back on the post game show
So I
there.
talked to this
Yes.
guy earlier. Tell me about last week in Green Bay. The moment you walked into that stadium, what did you feel as a Bucs fan? Was it time to take care of business, or did we didn't know what was going to go on?
We were a little leery because Green Bay fans, they are awesome, by the way. But in the history of that stadium is amazing. But you know what? They treated us like royalty. They really did. Amazing fans. But we went in there, and after we got the first couple of scores, it was amazing. The stadium got real quiet, and then we just kind of owned it the rest of the way. It was awesome.
J-Buck gets the football from Mike Evans after that touchdown. Did it seem like that was when everything just turned? Not because J-Buck got the ball, but that touchdown, and from there forward, it just seemed like onward and upward.
Listen, when that gate went down, he came down on his knees and got that ball. It was amazing. I love J-Buck. He's one of my good friends. And it was like, you know what? We got this. It was awesome. It really was.
All right, the big story of the day, Ian Rappaport this morning had a report out. The Bucs are interested in re-signing Baker Mayfield. It seems like there's mutual interest. What do you say? Baker Mayfield re-signed, or do you let this play out? Do you let the season play out, in your opinion?
You know what? I say re-sign him.
Okay.
I mean, he's really been he's kind of been balling this year. He's got amazing numbers. He's been doing better than Brady did last year. We know Brady was old, but guess what? Baker's kind of balling. He's got so much moxie. It's amazing. That guy last week, he just showed it. If he plays like that today, listen, it's going to be a big score. We're going to win big today.
That dance were you guys in that end when Baker was dancing with the
I wasn't, but
your
you know
other
what?
end? You saw it.
It was awesome.
He does the moxie
You
on
know
that
why?
kid.
He did great. For a white guy, he did amazing.
He did do amazing.
All right, give me a score prediction, give me a player of the game, and give me a big time key of this game.
You know
versus
what?
the
I think
Jaguars.
Winfield's going to have a big game today.
Okay.
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to turn it over 3 times today, and I think Evans going to have 2 TDs today. It's going to be a big time score. I think today's final score will be 31-17.
31-17. All right.
There you go,
Thanks a lot
brother.
for joining us
Mr.
here
Noble,
on the
thank you
Evolution.
so much.
All right.
You're so welcome, guys.
Merry
Thank you so
Christmas.
much.
All right. We'll go. Yeah, absolutely. We'll go ahead and take those off there.
I want the hat. I want
there
the
we go.
hat.
Well, don't
No,
take
there
the
you go,
hat.
brother.
There you go.
Thank you, Santa.
All right. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Santa. All I want for
Absolutely,
Christmas is a dub. Hey, was that me?
You did good because you
I
fired
did
the
good.
cannons.
Yes.
You did. All right.
I know we got to get out of here,
Well,
Pete.
go-
You
yeah,
gotta,
I got to get up there and eat
the
my
prime rib is waiting for
it
you,
is,
and
it
I
is
can
waiting
call
for
in a post game show. But I want to point out one thing before you end this, brother. You've been asking everyone this question about whether or not they resign. Oh, Corey, come in here 1 second.
Corey.
We've been talking about whether the Bucs would resign Baker. Here's the thing: if we're talking resign already before the season ends or after the season, there comes trust that we're offering more than he's going to get, or he's going to want more than he's going to be offered. So there's kind of a handshake there. So if there is talks to get him signed well before they get into free agency, it's just because both sides have liked what they've seen so far and they realize they've got a future together.
All right, Corey Hayes here. Bucs fans know you. Man, we've been talking for a while now. First time we met, big time wrestling fan also, like yours truly here, live on the Sports Web from What the Buck. I'm your host, Peter Blake. Big time question today, Baker Mayfield being re-signed. What do you say? Are you in favor of it right now, or do you have to let this play out in your opinion, Corey?
Sign him now. Sign him.
Okay.
Sign him because what the Bucs have been asking for is a quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over.
Right.
And what he's done, He hasn't turned the ball over. He's got what, 25 total touchdowns, 8 interceptions right now.
Yep.
3-1 basically ratio.
Sure.
So he's done exactly what they've asked for a quarterback that only signed for $4 million. And then, of course, he's got his incentives, but it's like he's done exactly what they've asked for. They obviously are on a salary crunch with how they're still paying Tom Brady all that money for dead cap.
Sure.
But he did exactly what they asked for a quarterback that's coming in on a one-year deal. I feel like he's earned it. People have their problems with him where he sits back there, he'll pump fake, he'll get happy feet, and he won't throw the ball. But it's like he's doing what you want at the end of the day. You saw last week he went 22 of 28, 381 yards, 4 touchdowns, perfect passer rating in Lambeau Field. It's like
first quarterback ever to do that.
Yeah, on the road, outside of
Amazing
Aaron
stuff.
Rodgers,
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, he did exactly what they wanted when they signed him this offseason. I feel like he's earned a contract with the Bucs. How long and how much, that's the question.
What do you make of the Devin White situation? Lots of controversy with the Bucs fan base here. Controversy possibly with the coaching. What do you make of that situation? Will it play out? Do you think Devin White is seen as that he's gone next year and out of a Bucs uniform?
Devin White, honestly, I feel like it's gone.
Okay.
I feel like with everything that came out before the season, how he wanted $100 million, he had one hell of a Super Bowl run. He was a big part of the reason why we won the Super Bowl because of how he played in that run in the playoffs. But outside of that, he's been kind of a liability for the defense. Yeah, he can stop the run, but when it comes to the pass, he gets beat. Look at what Levante David's doing this season. Levante David signed, obviously, the one-year deal this offseason, and he's got 100 tackles, 15 tackles for loss. The only player in the NFL to do that. So it's like we want quality when we sign the players. Devin White's going to want a long-term contract. He'll get it somewhere, but I don't feel like it's going to be in Tampa.
All right, I got to switch gears here because we're big-time wrestling fans. What did you think about CM Punk coming back?
What did I think about CM Punk? I loved it. Obviously,
You were
I was
in
in Chicago,
right?
I was in Chicago.
Okay.
I had heard from a friend of mine who's involved in the industry that he was going to be backstage. So they also had more trailers outside than they normally do. So I was kind of keeping an eye on it. I was like, yeah, we'll see what happens. Then the main event comes. I'm like, okay, the only way they're going to be able to pull this is if he comes out, he stares them down at the end of the main event, and that's what happened. I mean, his run in AEW was okay. He obviously had issues. There's a lot of problems going on with that company, but he's back where he should be. Triple H is taking over everything within the WWE creative side, within the talent relations. It's like he's where he should be.
He's going to sell.
Yeah.
And he's definitely going to sell that match versus Seth Rollins, of course.
Obviously.
Do you have tickets? Royal Rumble at Tropicana in January.
I do.
All
do.
right.
And I
Nice.
think that he's going to win the Royal Rumble.
I think you may be right about that. All right, give me a score prediction here. Key of the game and also player of the game. Bucs versus the Jaguars right there in that mecca.
Score prediction, I think the Bucs are going to win by 2 touchdowns. I think it'll be 27-13 Bucs.
Okay.
I feel like the Jags kind of rushed the concussion protocol with Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
Because Trevor Lawrence is the type of guy, he hasn't missed a game in his career. He doesn't want to miss it. He didn't have symptoms till after the game when they played last week. So it's like different concussions, different situations. But I feel like the Bucs are going to win by 2 touchdowns.
All right.
I feel like with the Buccaneers fully healthy, because they are for the first time in who knows how long, the Bucs are fully healthy. I feel like the Bucs will win by 2 touchdowns. Key to the game, stopping Trevor Lawrence. Don't play a zone. Go after Trevor Lawrence. Get pressure on him because the pass rush, we need a pass rush in order to succeed. And if we don't get the pass rush, that's going to leave our DBs on the island out there, and that's a recipe for disaster for them.
Like it, my friend. Corey Hayes here, big time, a Bucs fan, live here from What the Buck Tailgate here, right across the street from Raymond James Stadium, getting you ready for Bucs versus the Jaguars. Thanks a lot for your time, and we'll see you on the post-game show on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, live on the field. Call in, all right?
Thank you, Peter.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Ross.
Thank you.
All right. So we'll go ahead. We'll get Tampa Bay Ray back in there if he's going to come back. Thanks a lot, Corey. As we're winding down here, a little bit more time. I'm going to get out to the press box here, get ready to cover the game. We got Scott Bradford bringing in some more people here. Come on in. Okay. All right. Go ahead and get those cans on right there. Yeah, there we go. Go ahead and take that mic. Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Go ahead and introduce yourself there. Look right at that camera.
So my name is Dean Fitzgibbon. I've been a Bucs fan for about 37 years. I'm 46 years old.
I started out being a Bucs fan when I was 8 years old. It's always been my dream to cover the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's exactly what I'm doing for the Sports Web and, of course, in collaboration. Peterson Show. With that being said, the big-time story of the day has been Ian Rappaport's report that Baker Mayfield and the Bucs would be interested in re-signing. Where do you stand on that situation?
So we've always been a franchise that has not had that quarterback or the guy.
Yeah.
And with Baker coming in and doing what he's done this year, I feel that he could be that guy. You have a lot of people with the Trask talk, and this is the reason why he signed him. He sat behind Brady for 3 years. Why is he not the guy?
Right.
Well, yes, he's taller. And there are some issues with Baker being a little bit shorter than Trask.
Sure.
But Baker has proven himself to where he should and deserves a contract extension with the Bay Buccaneers.
Definitely play like it. So right now you're ready to sign him to a contract extension. How much confidence do you have in this team? 3-game winning streak. Jacksonville going the opposite direction with a 3-game losing streak. How much confidence do you have in Bowles and crew?
So defense-wise, I think we've stepped up our game. Okay. Winfield is having an amazing season. I hope that we're able to keep him and sign him and give him what he deserves. Bowles, I love him as a coach. Defensive coordinator-wise, he is the guy. Head coach-wise, I don't know, man. I mean, a lot of people feel that, and a lot of people don't. So I'm on the fence 50-50 on whether or not he should be here next year as a head coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right, we'll see how it all plays out. I tell you what, give me your thoughts on the Devin White situation, because that's also been some controversy with the Bucs fan base. Where do you stand on that?
So a lot of people are going to look at the last 3 games, and of course we're 3-0 without Devin White in the lineup. But I feel him not being in there is still a key part that we're missing.
Yeah.
Kenny Britt has stepped up. Our backfield has stepped up, and it's one of those things where do you make that call and you pay him the money he feels he deserves, or is he the guy that will turn around and look at hey, maybe I'm not worth $100 million and maybe I should take a little less to stay with this team that brought me in here to play this game.
Well, the way he's played this year, most likely he's not going to get that $100 million contract. I'll tell you what, let's wrap it up here. Score prediction, player of the game, and biggest key to the game for the Bucs to continue this winning streak.
I'm going to say 27-20.
Okay.
Bucs.
Okay.
And you said biggest player of the game?
Yeah, player of the game.
Man, it's got to be Big Mike.
Okay.
I think Big Mike's going to have a game tonight. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So Chris Godwin last week, Mike Evans this week, and what's the score again?
27-21.
All right, 27-21. Thanks a lot. Let me go out to the phone lines here. I'll go ahead, and thanks a lot for joining me here. Go ahead. Yep, there we go. Right there. Put it down. Welcome to the Evolution. What's your name? Where you're calling from? We're live here from What the Buck.
This is Johnny Buck calling from just south of Tallahassee.
All right, man. What's going on? What do you think about Bucs versus the Jaguars? First-time caller here, huh?
No, I've called.
Okay.
I've called before a couple of times.
Okay. All right.
Off and on throughout the seasons. I really think, I feel like it's going to be more of a 31-10.
Okay.
Bucs. I think our defense, man, I really think that we got Vita Vea coming back. I think he's going to have a really big game. I just think our defense is going to have a really good breakout game. I think they're going to get to Trevor Lawrence. I think they're going to really put a ripple in the offense. And if Baker Mayfield keeps playing the way he's doing, with that Green Bay game, if he can follow that with another powerful game, I think we got it. I think Baker Mayfield has what it takes to get it done.
Well, and I'll tell you right now, the big-time story, and I've been asking Bucs fans all day long, Ian Rappaport says the Bucs and Mayfield are mutually interested in re-signing. Are you interested in re-signing, or do you have to let this season play out, in your opinion?
No, I say re-signing 100%.
Okay.
You just got to look at what Baker's done. If you compare Baker Mayfield, obviously to the quarterbacks and the rest of the league, his numbers are in the top 3 all the way across the board.
All the way through the season,
Pretty good. Pretty good. He's had some rough games. I'm not saying, yeah, definitely. All right, man, we got to run. I got to get out to the press box here. I got to get ready to eat.
You got to rub it in.
Appreciate you.
Rub it in till the end.
Go Bucs! I love it out there. I love it, love it, love it. Let me go ahead and fire it. Where is the fire the cannons? There it is, right there.
I could have told you where that was.
All
I
right.
had to go. Real quick before we got here because the food here at the What the Buck Tailgate was so good. But I'm not going to do prime rib in the press box, so I had to go do my chicken and my
You didn't
macaroni.
bring me anything out here.
I got a beer for you. You want a Yingling?
No, I got to go to
Okay.
work.
Oh, you're working. That's right.
I got to work.
All right,
yes.
brother. Hey, thanks. Had a great time. Thanks
Yeah.
to everyone out here at the What the Buck Tailgate. Scott, just for setting everything up. Brother,
Yep.
thanks for coming over here. It's been a good time.
Absolutely. For the great Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay, I'm your host, Peter Blake. Bucs win, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and go 31-20. Tampa Bay
Let's get
gets it done.
time for one last
Real
prediction.
quick. All right.
Aaron
I
Hawkins.
know you from a long time ago. Aaron, welcome to the evolution of Sports
Hello.
Talk Television as we're wrapping this up right now. Give me a score prediction with the Bucs versus the Jaguars. What do you think? What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking 20, 28, 20, no, 24.
24-17?
Yes.
All right,
That's what I'm
24-17
thinking.
really quick because we're going to wrap
Player
this
of the
up.
game?
I'm
Player
gonna
of the
get
game?
Player of the game.
Mike.
Mike. All right, Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Baker Mayfield, do you like the re-signing or you have to wait and see?
I like him.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
a fan.
Aaron,
I like Baker.
Thanks a lot, Aaron, for coming on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. All right.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Take
All
care,
right,
Aaron.
good stuff, guys. We're live here from What the Buck for once again the great Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy. I'm your host,
Burping.
Peter Blake. 3 things: you know them, you love them, you gotta have them. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the sports web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, it's your time. Enjoy the game. Bucs versus the Jaguars. Let's see if the Bucs can continue that win streak. See you later on the post-game show live on Raymond James Stadium, the only live streaming show, the evolution of Sports Talk Television.
Feel it, baby.